Hello everyone, my name is Religia Stoa and today I'm going to tackle about Republic Act number 10931 or Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act. What is Republic Act number 10931? Republic Act number 10931, otherwise known as the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, is an act promoting universal access to quality tertiary education by providing free tuition and other school fees in state universities and colleges, local universities and colleges, and state-run technical-vocational institutions, establishing the tertiary education subsidy and student loan program, strengthening the unified student financial assistance system for tertiary education, and appropriating fund therefore, as stated in the title of the law. Who is implementing RA 10931? The Unified Student Financial Assistance System for Tertiary Education, or UNIFAST, is the government agency in charge of implementing the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, or RA 10931. Programs under RA 10931 are the following: free higher education, free technical-vocational education and training, tertiary education subsidy, and student loan program. Free higher education, tuition and miscellaneous fees in SUCs and CHED-recognized local universities and colleges. Under Section 4, free higher education in SUCs and LUCs. All Filipino students who are either currently enrolled at the time of the effectivity of this act or shall enroll at any time thereafter in courses in pursuance of a bachelor's degree, certificate degree, or any comparable undergraduate degree in other school fees for units enrolled in, provided that they pass the entrance examination and other admission and retention requirements of the SUCs and LUCs. Provided further that all SUCs and LUCs shall create a mechanism to enable students with the financial capacity to pay for their education in the SUC and LUC to voluntarily opt out of the tuition and other school fees subsidy or make a contribution to the school. SUCs and LUCs must report the tuition payments and contributions collected from these students to the CHED, provided finally, that the amount required to implement the free tuition and other school fees in SUCs and LUCs shall be determined by the respective governing boards of SUCs and LUCs based on the projected number of enrollees for each academic years, which shall be the primary factor in computing the annual proposed budget of SUCs, and in the case of LUCs, the CHED for such purpose. This shall in turn serve as a baseline during the preparation of the annual National Expenditure Program by the Department of Budget and Management. Here are the exemptions to free tertiary education in SUCs and LUCs under Section 6. Students who have already attained a bachelor's degree or comparable undergraduate degree from any higher education institution, whether public or private. Students who fail to comply with admission and retention policies of the SUC or LUC. Students who fail to complete their bachelor's degree or comparable undergraduate degree within a year after the period prescribed in their program. Free technical vocational education and training in public and private institutions registered with TESDA. Under Section 5, free TVET in post-secondary TVIs. All Filipino students who are currently enrolled at the time of the effectivity of this act or shall enroll at any time thereafter in any post-secondary TVET leading to non-degree certificate or diploma programs offered by any state-run TVI under the TESDA shall be exempt from paying tuition and other school fees, provided that all state-run TVIs shall create a mechanism to enable students with the financial capacity to pay for the education in the TVI to voluntarily opt out of the tuition and other school fees subsidy or make a contribution to the TVI. TVIs must report the tuition payments and contributions collected from these students. And here are the exemptions to free tertiary education in state-run TVIs. Students who have obtained a bachelor's degree as well as those who have received a certificate or diploma for a technical vocational course equivalent to at least National Certificate 3 and above. students who fail in any course enrolled in during the course of the program. Students ineligible to avail of the free tertiary education shall be charged the tuition and other school fees as determined by the respective boards of the SUCs and LUCs, and in the case of the state-run TVIs, to be determined by the TESDA. Tertiary Education Subsidy or TES, or grants in aid for poor students in public and private institutions under Section 7, TES for Filipino students. To support the cost of tertiary education or any part or portion thereof, a TES is hereby established for all Filipino students who shall enroll in undergraduate post-secondary programs of SUCs, LUCs, private HEIs, and all TBIs. The TES shall be administered by the UNIFAS Board, and the amount necessary to fund the TES shall be included in the budgets of the CHED and the TESDA, provided that prioritization shall be given to students in the following order. A. Students who are part of the households included in the Listahan 2.0 ranked according to the estimated per capita household income. And B. Students not part of the Listahan 2.0 ranked according to estimated per capita household income based on submitted documentation of proof of income to be determined by the UNIFAS Board, provided further that such prioritization shall not apply to Filipino students in cities and municipalities with no existing SUC or LUC campus. The TES to support the cost of tertiary education cover the following. A. Tuition and other school fees in private HEIs and private or LG-operated TBIs, which shall be equivalent to the tuition and other school fees of the nearest SUC or state-run TBI in their respective areas. B. All allowance for books, supplies, transportation, and miscellaneous personal expenses, including a reasonable allowance for the documented rental or purchase of a personal computer or laptop and other education-related expenses. C. An allowance for room and board costs incurred by the student. D. For a student with disability, an allowance for expenses related to the student's disability, an allowance for expenses related to the student's disability including special services, personal assistance, transportation, equipment, and supplies that are reasonably incurred. And for a student in a program requiring professional license or certification, the one-time cost of obtaining the first professional credentials or qualifications, which may include the following: application fees, notarial fees, review classes fees, insurance premium fees, and documentation fees, provided that the amount of subsidy shall be based on the guidelines set forth by the UNIFAS Board and on the annual budgetary appropriation for this purpose. Student Loan Program or SLP for tertiary education students under Section 8, Student Loan Program for tertiary education. To support further the cost of tertiary education or any part or portion thereof, a student loan program for tertiary education is hereby likewise established for all Filipino students who shall enroll in SUC, LUC, private HEI, and TVET program in all TBIs registered under the TESDA. The loan program shall be administered by the UNIFAS Board, and the amount necessary to fund the program shall be included in the budgets of the CHED and the TESDA, provided that the UNIFAS may offer short-term or long-term loans, provided further that those who avail of the loan during their undergraduate degree may still avail of another cycle of student loan for the pursuit of graduate studies, including medicine and law, after they have fully paid the previous availed loan. Repayment shall be effected by incorporating a portion of the loan amount or a percentage thereof in the employee's monthly Social Security System or SSS or Government Service Insurance System or GSIS contribution, as the case may be based on a reasonable schedule of repayment and interest rates, as may be formulated by the UNIFAS Board. Payment of the loan amount will commence once the beneficiary secures any gainful employment with compensation, remuneration, or earnings that reaches the compulsory repayment threshold or CRT. For purposes of this Act, the CRT shall be set and reviewed by the UNIFAS Board and adjusted when necessary. Here are the budget allocated for the implementation of RA 10931. RA 10931 and its implementing rules and regulations become effective. The law was signed by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte on 3rd day of August 2017 and became effective 15 days after publication in the Official Gazette. Most of the provisions of the law have been implemented starting academic year 2018 to 2019. The Unifas Governing Board approved the implementing rules and regulations IRR of RA 10931 on February 22, 2018, launched the IRR on March 26, 2018. The IRR was published in the August 3, 2018 issue of Manila Bulletin. A copy of the Whole Republic Act 10931 is presented in the following slides in this video for full reference.